Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Realms of Nerds podcast. I am RJ, also known as the characters Joan and Joshimi in the podcast. I would like to thank you all very much for listening to our podcast. It means a lot to us. I think you're really going to like this episode. It ended up being a bit of a longer session than usual, but I think you'll be pleased. I was very entertained just editing it. I forgot to mention before, but there is a map of the Reach Trust that we have posted onto social media. It's referenced in the past 2 episodes as well as in this one. And speaking of social media, you can find us on Twitter, Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram. If you enjoy the show, don't forget to subscribe through your podcast provider to be the very first to hear our new episodes. Once again, thank you to our friend Kyle for composing our main theme. We really appreciate it and can't thank you enough. Thank you, listeners, for listening. You really don't know how much we appreciate all of you that listen and subscribe to our podcast. I have talked enough, so let's get right back into robbing this bank. Well, the character's robbing the bank, obviously, in the realm of the Return of Ornon. Previously, on Realms of Nerds, the Return of Ornon.
Around the corner comes a drow elf.
Hey, Jack.
Well, I do have to thank you. On each of his hips, he has a silver revolver. It took us a couple years, but we figured out your trick. The 3 of you, after we sort of do the necessary processing, are free to go. Joan, however, he stands accused of murdering 132 of the Fist's law enforcement officers. Suddenly, you hear a voice from the next cell over.
Guys, I have an easier and a faster way out, but you guys gotta help us. Rob the Reach Trust.
You are now joined by a new person, Roland. Roland presents you with this map that he's drawn up. I don't know what y'all did to piss off the Blackadder, but just be safe in there, right? That man is death himself. He is the terror of the Fist. Nobody crosses Jack and lives. Guard number 1 throws up his hands. Look, man, my name is Brian. I'm just trying to get through college.
You either help us, or we're gonna kill you.
Don't kill me. Tell me what you want me to do, okay?
You're gonna help us, because we are gonna get inside that vault. You are gonna help us distract the guards.
So let's get this rolling here.
Yep. So we're gonna wait until these guys just pass, and then we're gonna come down the tower.
Okay, so you're waiting for the guard rotation to go through. Okay.
While they are waiting for the guards to pass, Joan turns to Mikhail and says, "Hold on," and grabs his arm and is going to use a Misty Step.
So here's what I want to happen. Mikhail, I'd like you to do a Constitution check for me.
Please do well, or you're gonna throw up when we get over there.
Constitution?
Yeah.
Is that under saving throw or just,
Well, Constitution is
That's
one of your saving throw checks, yeah.
it's one of your abilities scores.
20 with the +4?
So, yeah, I think Joan grabs your arm, and there's a brief mist, and then you guys both appear on the top of the building. Mikhail is slightly disoriented, but is quickly able to steady himself. And so now you guys are up on the roof.
How about you warn me about that next time?
I did. I said hold on.
So, you guys in the other tower, I guess set this up for me. We'll say the guards have just passed and you guys just climbed down. What does this scene look like as you're walking up to the 2 guards?
I imagine Brutus, Seebo, and Rhomash are standing next to each other, being led by Brian, who's in the back holding them at spear point, and they have their hands behind their back like they're tied up, but their hands are not bound.
Okay.
They're just pretending that they're captured. Their heads are like down or whatever. Rhomash told Brian to act like he's captured us, and once we get close enough, I'm gonna do my stuff.
Okay. So you guys wait. We'll say you wait until the guards have just turned the corner of the building on the far side, so they're definitely out of sight of where you are. And you approach these guards. And as you come up and sort of come into the light of the torches by the doorway, and so the guards can see you, one of the guards calls out, "Who goes there?" And Brian responds, "Hey, it's just me, Brian!" "Brian, you fuckwit! What are you doing out of the tower? And who are these guys? Why are they inside the secure location?" "Yeah, I captured them. They were snooping around in the tower, and so the other guys, Steve and Jeff, they said bring them down here to you and lock them up inside." "They sent you just by yourself with 3 prisoners? Brian?"
How close are we, would you say, by now?
At this point, I'm going to say you guys kind of kept walking as they were talking, and so you guys are now about 5 feet out.
Alright, I'm going to now cast Charm Person on the both of them using a 2nd level spell slot.
Okay.
They both need to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Fingers crossed.
I know, right?
I got 15. And a 7.
Okay, one of them, the one who rolled the 7, is charmed for an hour. He's a friendly acquaintance to me and my friends. The other guy, however, managed to not get charmed. So we need to act quick.
Okay.
All right.
So he
alright.
So he knows that you tried to charm him, right? Isn't that
Yeah,
the
they
thing with
know.
charm person?
They know. And when the other guy's hour is up, he knows I charmed him.
Okay. So I think what happens here is you step forward and you address them saying,
"You will be my friend."
and the guy, the one that didn't initially call out to you, goes,
No, I won't. Republic credits on the put on here. Only money.
Okay.
so the one that didn't immediately address you goes, "Hey, I think it's okay, Jeff. They seem all right." And Jeff goes, "Brian, what the fuck did you do?" And he's actually gonna take his spear and try to drive it at Rhomash.
Okay, so can Seebo cut in here?
Yeah, I think you got a chance still to do an opportunity attack real quick here.
Alright.
Try to kill the motherfucker, dude.
So,
Take him out.
Seebo's just, he's a short guy, and this guy's, full size, so he's just kind of was hoping that as his focus is set on Rhomash, that he can kind of just run from underneath and take his daggers out, get up in there. So, do I need to, roll against AC?
Yeah, that's what
Yeah, you know what, I'll actually, since you, I'm assuming still have your cloak on at this point,
Yeah.
I'll give you advantage on this roll, because he actually kind of centers his attention on Rhomash, who immediately spoke. So I'll give you advantage on this roll here.
From the roof, I'm watching the whole scene play out. And I see that the scene is starting to turn sour. I have my longbow drawn, and I have an arrow knocked.
Okay.
So he's gonna attack with his 2 daggers, and if they land, he's gonna make an opportunity strike. Wow, that's not gonna land.
You have advantage.
No.
So you get to roll
So
again.
you roll again.
So do I roll again for both of the attacks?
Okay, because he's
Because
using
I'm attacking with
daggers.
2 daggers? Or
We'll
is
say, I guess,
Or is it best 2 out of the 3?
just best 2 out of 3.
Okay. Alright, this is funny.
That was.
What are you adding to these?
Okay. 9's the only one I'm sure is even gonna get close, because it's 9 plus 7, 8, 9, 14 for that one.
Okay, so 14's not going to hit on him.
Wow.
So I think what happens here is
Where'd that nat 20 go?
Seebo dashes forward at this guard and sort of draws his daggers and tries to come up and stab at him, but because this guard had his spear out already, he sees you coming and he spins around and hits you with the butt of his spear to sort of knock you back. However, because he did that and he had to turn to block you, he's fully facing towards you and he's actually looking down, so the back of his neck is perfectly exposed. Which at this point then Mikhail is going to release an arrow directly at him.
Nat 20.
Alright.
So 25.
Every goddamn time!
Hey,
All right.
thank you for posing as a distraction.
So that's going to hit.
So that's 8 damage.
Okay, this arrow comes streaking. The guys on the ground actually just hear and then boom, and it embeds in the back of this guy's neck. And he reaches back and he grabs at the arrow and he's holding on to it and sort of staggers on his feet and turns around to face the other guard, who promptly puts a spear directly through his face and says, "Why'd you have to attack our friends?" Man. And he drops, and so now you have a charmed guard and a corpse.
And how much experience did that little guy give us?
Mikhail promptly fist pumps and goes, "Nice."
Okay, so that's like 5 XP each.
Alright, so 1243 is what
You
we're at.
XP whores. Anyways,
Brian, guard, what's your name?
my name is Jeff.
Jeff, first you two are going to get us in. You're going to lure the 2 guards to open their door. Once that door's open, we're going to rush them and take them out. Then you two are going to stand out here with the excuse that the other guard needed to go in to the barracks, and Brian here is to hold his position for now. And you're going to keep the other guards walking around while we get into the side of the vault. Sound good?
Yeah, that works for me. And Brian says, "Oh, okay, guys. I think that's all right. What should we do about this guy here?"
Once we get inside, we'll bring his corpse in, and just so no one can see him.
So the one thing I do have to say, I'm just going to refresh your memory because I know it's been a while since we did the initial planning here. The thing with this doorway is it's 2 doors, right?
Yeah.
So after they open the inner or the outer door, they have to close and lock that one before the inner door opens.
Oh, so we all have to be in.
So
we gotta get ourselves.
at least, unless you're going to trust these 2 guards that you've recruited to do all of your dirty work.
Is there a way to peer into where those guards are? Like any keyhole that
Right,
like
ask
line
the
of
question.
sight?
Okay,
but
let me ask you a question.
No.
But he
once
didn't really
once
give
we're
him
in
direct-
here, can they see us? Or is there just a way we ask them to open the door?
The guards inside.
Yeah.
So they have a magician that did an illusion spell that essentially works as like a one-way mirror through the metal door there.
Could Seebo perhaps use minor illusion to put up an invisibility curtain in front of them?
Does that work that way?
I mean, I can grant an illusion, make stuff appear and disappear.
All that would have to be is like the Sherlock Holmes urban camouflage. Make
Like-
yourselves look like the door behind you.
Exactly. I would essentially be creating a false wall in front of us. That
Minor
is-
illusion. You can create a sound or an image of an object within range that lasts for a minute. It can be no longer than a 5-foot cube. You can make it look like there's nothing behind them, and we could just be hiding behind them.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm putting up a false wall that we're standing behind. They're standing in front of. The false wall is of the wall behind us.
You guys want to...
Okay, so you're saying, yeah, okay, that works. So what happens here is this guard that you've charmed, Jeff, he is gonna take his key and unlock the outer door. Everybody kind of walks in through the outer door real quick. I'm assuming you guys up on the roof came down and you're coming in with them as well, correct?
I was about to say, did we abseil down the front of the building?
I didn't know that.
I guess that's the question. Are you all going in, or are you guys staying outside?
I for one am for Joan and Mikhail to descend to the front of the building and enter, as we don't know just how large the threat, even based off the schematics, could possibly be on the inside. So after we see that the doorway is cleared, turn to Joan. Shall we descend? And I pull out the rope.
How do you?
What kind of knot are you tying?
We don't even need to go there. So,
I want to know if you can retrieve your rope or not.
they can. Do an athletics check real quick for me.
10.
15.
Rhomash, can you do a strength check for me?
Okay. It's a 5.
Okay.
God.
So,
Thanks, nice.
Joan rappels down first, and he's just fine. Mikhail rappels down and loses his grip on the rope
Son
and
of Bahamut.
slips and falls on top of Rhomash. And they all land in a heap.
If y'all are done fooling around, could we get to work now?
Rhomash throws Mikhail off him.
How dexterous.
Alright, so Jeff is going to take his key, right, to open the front gate. And as he opens the front gate, Seebo is going to cast Minor Illusion right in the doorway. Well, right before the next gate.
So
that as the gate as the first door closes behind them, it appears as though it's already been closed.
Okay, so you guys are all situated, kind of crouching down, and Jeff goes up and knocks on this, what appears actually to be just like a solid wall. You actually can't see where the door is on the wall. And he just knocks and goes, hey, we've got a late shipment, open up! And, so you kind of hear a little bit of clanging from the other side of the wall, and then a muffled voice comes through and goes,
Hey, is that Brian in there? What's that idiot doing on door guard?
well, Jeff he got sick, real bad food poisoning. I told him not to eat at the Green Dragon, but he keeps insisting that Chinese food will really get you. Anyways, he's not feeling good, so Brian's filling in.
Cross-dimensional food store, don't ask.
So then you hear a different voice from the other side of the wall say,
Brian, you idiot. You're not gonna fuck this up like last time, right?
yeah, no, I'm, locked and ready and loaded, sir.
This fucking kid's gonna be the end of me.
And then you hear some rumbling, and this metal wall in front of you actually splits in two to slide apart. And you see two guards standing on the other side. One is kind of a younger-looking guy, and the other one is much older. He's got a decent-sized gray beard.
As the illusion flickers away.
And,
It only lasts a minute.
True.
Yeah, so actually just as the door is starting to open, they notice right away that these two guys are not, in fact, holding any shipment. And
Rhomash runs in as fast as
What? And before they can say anything, Rhomash is going to rush in and I guess try to make an attack here.
I'm going for the older guy.
Okay.
Fuck it. I'll cast Produce Flame at him.
Okay.
20 against AC.
Yeah, 20 is going to hit.
Okay. That's 7 fire damage.
Alright, so we'll say that was the younger guy that you hit there.
Question.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
Simultaneously, can Jones stand up and throw both his daggers at the other dude?
Yeah, so yeah, you can go ahead and throw your dagger at the other one.
6'9" fucker
Alright.
here.
And that is 17 versus AC.
That will hit, yes.
Okay, and the other one is 15 versus AC.
That will not hit.
Okay, so for the one that does hit, that's gonna be 7 damage.
You guys are getting beefy.
Mikhail casts dancing lights to form what appears to be a glowing person running past the guards in effort to distract them,
Okay.
to enable a second opportunity, more or less.
Okay. I rolled a 17.
There's not like a,
Yeah. I'm gonna say that they're not really distracted by that.
We did just kind of throw flames and daggers at them.
Yeah, I mean, like, they see, it's obviously an issue they're gonna have to deal with later, but, like, they're not particularly
focused on
that immediately.
Probably not
So,
with bodily damage being done.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the first guard is actually going to try to stab his spear back at Rhomash. And that is a critical fail.
Nice.
So, yeah, he's very off balance from this attack here. We'll give, Seebo will give you a chance to attack here.
See, we're gonna attack.
All of this before initiative.
Yeah.
2 daggers and aim for the younger dude.
Battles of stealth merely take moments.
18.
So it's
18.
quick.
18 will hit, yeah.
And it's probably not gonna hit. I rolled a 3, so it's gonna be.
No, that won't hit.
Alright. And then he's gonna make an opportunity strike too, because they're distracted, right?
Oh.
Yeah, we're next to them, so.
4, so 7, plus 6.
Oh, wow.
Wonder if he's
13
dead
damage.
yet.
13.
Holy God.
Way to
That
be
poor young guy.
original, Seebo.
You were throwing your daggers at him, right?
No, I was running up on him.
Oh, you were running up on him, okay.
Oh, okay, that is different.
So, yeah, and then you run up on this guy and you just bury your daggers in him and he is gonna drop.
He
Feisty little
I
gnome's
slit
going-
through it, okay? I don't stab you with daggers.
Okay.
I pictured it as kind of like a lunge. He just, as he hits him, the guy kind of falls over
I see it
I was
like
thinking of Chucky
Seebo
myself,
ran up on
just
this
going
dude and
ape shit
then
on him.
used his body to like
So he probably leaped down.
Yoda up his body and then
Yoda up
slice
his
his
body.
throat and then do a backflip off his chest.
Oh,
We'll
really?
leave the
Yeah.
DM to decide.
What roll are you gonna do for that?
Well, I guess
Maybe that's what Seebo had in his
Couple
mind.
of
I guess I need an acrobatics check then.
shit, okay. So we're looking at set 18.
Okay, yeah, Seebo does a sweet backflip off the guy's chest after he kills him.
Joan puffs very slowly,
It looks very cool.
very dryly.
Now then.
Mikhail nods.
So, guard number
Another
2,
daggers.
the guy,
What's his name?
who knows?
Deadman.
He is,
Thought it was Jeff.
it could be, you never know.
They're all named Jeff.
What if he's
Well, except for
Brian?
Brian.
He hasn't earned Jeff yet. Their names are their rank. He's a Brian.
No, I just want to let you know that earlier you were talking as Jeff, and you said that Jeff
Jeff.
wasn't feeling very well.
Well, the guards in the
because
entire
he had
clan.
You
food.
thought he was talking to the first person?
No, they're both Jeff.
Everyone's Jeff.
No,
The two guards outside of the game were both named Jeff.
They're both Jeff.
They're
Yeah.
both Jeff.
Is one spelled Jeff and the other one's Geof?
Oh,
No, it's J. It's G-I-L.
Jiff.
There's another guy that his name is spelled Jefe.
That's Hefe.
Yeah, I know, but he pronounces it Jeff.
Okay.
All right. So, anyways, this other guard who is the older one. He is actually going to
Take
try
his
to
payment.
throw his spear at Mikhail. Gotcha. And that's a 19.
19 hits.
All right. So then that's gonna hit you for 3 points of damage. And then Mikhail is actually gonna be up next.
Taking the spear, where did it impact out of curiosity? Like, foot, shoulder, face?
We'll say that one hit you in the shoulder.
Okay. Taking the spear out of his shoulder, I'm going to heft it and make a single stab. That's a two-handed weapon, isn't it? Well, it's versatile, but you can make a one-handed. I'm also casting Hunter's Mark. That takes the casting time of 1 bonus action.
Okay.
Because in taking this damage, he's almost immediately thrown into his battle readiness. That's a 9.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit.
Okay.
Apparently he wasn't
Not so
that
battle
ready.
ready.
He wasn't so battle ready.
Wasn't quite
He
that ready.
was almost battle ready, then he remembered he left the oven on at home.
I think at this point, because this guard threw his spear, Rhomash, I think you have a chance to make an attack on him here.
Alright, I'm going to throw another flame at him.
Okay.
That's 17 against AC.
That's gonna hit him.
Okay. 3 damage.
Yeah, this guy, you smoke him in the chest with a fireball, and he kind of reels back, but he sort of is looking beat up. But I mean, this is a veteran warrior here, so he steadies himself, and because he sort of disarmed himself, he threw his spear at Mikhail. He actually is going to bend down and pick up the daggers that are laying on the ground, and then he is going to try to make a rush at Seebo with them. And that's a 6, so that's not going to hit him.
Remember, you got
It
2
don't
daggers.
matter.
You have to roll for the second one, too.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I do have to roll for the second one.
Thanks for reminding me.
That's an 8. That's not going to hit for him.
I just wanted to see what would happen.
So he rushes at Seebo and tries to take a swipe at him with his daggers. He swings and misses with the first one, and then before he can swing the second one,
He throws us back out.
no, actually, Joan, I think you've got an opportunity to make an attack on him. Here.
He's gonna run at him and try and slug him right in the face.
All right, go for it.
Because I don't have any other weapons. I threw my daggers.
Just not make an opportunity strike.
That's 18 then.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna hit him.
And it's 1 plus your strength modifier is the damage. I wrote it down. Cause
Oh,
just
so
in
it's
case
I don't
try to do
roll
something.
for anything. It's
Nope.
just that.
Yeah, it's just 1 plus your strength.
All right. Well, that's 3 damage.
Okay, so yeah, you hit this guy, and I think actually what happens is as Joan slugs this guy, he reels back, and Joan reaches forward and regains his daggers and stabs him right into this guy. Woo! And then Joan turns into Ric Flair.
Woo!
Was that satisfying enough for you?
Alright, so you have taken care of these.
Oi! You two, Brian, Jeff, get outside, get that dead body.
I thought we already grabbed that.
Did we?
I thought you left him outside.
We left them outside for a quick second just to take care of these guys. We need to get them back in.
Oh, hey, I don't know. I don't really like touching dead guys.
Rhomash grabs him and shakes him and is like, "Get yourself together, boy."
Like,
Brian,
thrust him right into the other dead body.
get out there.
You already touched him.
Okay. And the two of them run outside real quick.
Did the guards have any other equipment on them, or just the 2 spears?
Just spears.
Money.
Probably locked up in the vault.
Say, probably not on the person if they're working their 9 to 5. They're probably not.
Yeah, they don't have any money on them.
Damn. Right, so we're gonna proceed down the hallway.
Or are we just going to say the guards brought in the other body and then went back out to stand post or whatever?
I guess that is. They brought in the body. What are you having them do? Are they standing outside?
I told them to get outside.
Yeah,
They went outside.
I said they're going to stand outside and keep these guys
But
walking.
so they went outside, they brought the body in, and then they're going back outside?
Yes.
To stand guard so that no one's gonna think anything.
Mikhail leans over to Brian. I suggest you remove the skin off of one of the other faces of the dead guards, so that it does not look unnatural when you get recognized.
Do you want him to pee his pants or something?
Why does this sound more ideal?
Rhomash, why don't you just heal his face up real quick?
I don't think that I don't think I could do that. Sorry.
Oh no, I could get started for you.
Rhomash shoves him towards the door and just...
Oh boy,
Like
Rick,
says,
this is
"Get
looking
out
real
there."
scary!
Anyway.
So, did you heal his face?
Wait, what's wrong with his face?
We beat him up! Brian's face is all bloody from earlier. We know.
Yeah, they hate him anyway. They don't care what happened to him.
We'll
They'll
say the
assume he got
guards
a
were picking on him.
nosebleed from looking up another guard's skirt.
He's like, what's wrong with these people with skirts in this world?
And as you're sending them out, you start to hear the guards turn the corner.
Shit.
Close the door, close the door, close the door!
And so you
Just in time.
close the door. And a couple seconds later, you hear the guard patrol walk past the door, and one of the guards yells,
Brian, why the hell aren't you in the tower? Jeff, he got the flu or food poisoning or something. I don't know. I'm filling in for him, okay?
Was this the same dude that yelled at him earlier?
yes.
Yes.
Baller.
And so they go past, fucking asswipe.
Oh, that's...
And so now you can proceed.
Okay.
So you've got, right after you kill these guys, it's kind of just like a long loop. So it's going to cut to the left, and at the end of that hallway, there's a right. Along that hallway, there's the guards, barracks area. And then after that, another right, and there's a long, empty corridor there.
How long is this corridor?
Probably about 200 feet.
Rhomash is going to peek inside of here. I love how Brutus didn't do a damn thing during that entire
I feel like Harrison kind of forgot that he existed.
I didn't forget about Brutus.
Oh, okay.
He's here for the gold, but he's injured, remember? On some of these, just going forward, on some of the things where it's like a sneak attack or something that's not a formal engagement, I'm kind of gonna skew to just sort of directing the action, I guess, or kind of like giving people turns as opposed to going in a strict order.
Yeah, I noticed
Alright,
that.
just because, like, I feel like in a brief sort of sneak attack kind of an engagement, it's more about who has the opportunity to attack and less about whose turn it actually is.
That works.
Oh, it's my turn.
I was fine.
Get out of the way! So,
Out of the way, Brian.
yeah, I mean, I think that's the best way to do it. I just wanted to formally clarify that since there was a couple people going like, and we haven't even rolled initiative yet.
He's peeking in the barracks.
So he's gonna look in the barracks.
Sees a guy
Their personal
mid-change.
belongings in the barrack.
If I see someone with their shorts down, I'm going to breathe fire.
I just want to know if that's personal belongings.
Oh my.
Oh, whoa.
Does that mean your jaw drops?
Say that again, but slowly.
No, someone's going to lose a pair. That's what's going
Very
to happen.
slowly. Okay, so Rhomash is peeking into the barracks.
Hey, Rhomash, you see anything nice? Give me a second.
Dam's going to tell me.
I'm sorry. Are we
Fourth wall?
I'm sorry, but this narrative train just broke down.
Are we retconning that Rhomash can break the fourth wall? So, anyways, the barracks area, there's not a whole lot in there. There is several rows of bunks set up, and I think there's only, there's about 2 or 3 guys that are sleeping in here. The way that this is set up, as I said before, there's a bigger garrison that's just down the road a little ways from here. So there's not really a lot of guards that sleep here. Most of them, when their shift is done, they actually go down to the other barracks in the garrison. So this is kind of just in place for sort of if there's any sort of like trouble and they have to stay there for longer periods of time, or some of the guards that are more essential personnel kind of stay slightly longer than just their shift, and so they sleep there. But so this is not a barracks that's big enough to sleep the entire garrison here.
Is the door open, and does it have a key in it?
The door is open. You don't see a key to it. This door never really gets closed just because there's people kind of in and out frequently. You do see that one of the guys sleeping in the beds has a pail sitting next to his cot, and so you can only assume that this is one of the other guys that has eaten at the Green Dragon.
I was going to assume it was the chamber pot, but
I literally thought he was going to say his right hand was in the pot of water or something.
That would be good too, but
I
no.
recommend we all pick a guy and smother him to death, or...
I'm up for slitting their throats, just to get this job done clean and easy. I mean, what if they woke up?
Yeah, I don't really want to have to worry about loose ends.
It's kind of dark, but I mean, they did throw us in jail, and then we're going to kill our buddy here, and we are already robbing them.
it does not abide by the code of honor.
Fine. We close the door, and I'll lock it for you, and then we set a match inside the room.
How about we just stick with locking the
Yeah,
door?
and we just lock the door, and sound good to everyone? Take care of our small problem.
Alright.
Alright, so you close the door. Why don't you do a, we'll do this as a stealth check. We'll say that you're trying to lock the door without them noticing that you're locking them in.
19. Okay, well, this is just not going to be fair. It's going to be 23.
Okay.
27.
Okay, yeah.
Beautiful.
You actually have never heard a door close so silently. He's actually, as he's closing it, he produces a bottle of oil from somewhere, and he's actually oiling the hinges as he closes it, and it closes literally without a sound, and he quickly locks it.
This road goes all out.
Yeah, I've snuck in and out of homes quite frequently, if you know what I mean. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
I'll bet you have.
So, the next issue for you guys to tackle, just a little ways up, the hallway turns to the right, and you have a long corridor, about 200 feet long, at which, according to the schematics that you were given by Roland, there are some guards stationed at the end of this hallway.
So, we're gonna peek the corner.
Yeah, I would like to use one of my either shovel, iron pot probably would, maybe one of my smith's tools or my revolver even, to kind of like poke it out a little bit and use the reflection to peer down the hallway.
How the hell is your revolver going to have a reflection?
I'm something. I said probably one of my smith's tools.
I have a mirror in my thieves.
Him!
In my thieves tools that I can use.
Alright, go ahead.
So I'm just gonna peer around the corner.
Okay. And so sure enough, at the end of this hallway, you see that there are 3 guards. One of them is standing up, the other 2 are sitting on stools, kind of leaning against the wall. But if you were to... This hallway is well enough lit, there's several torches along the way. If you were to step out into view, they would definitely see you.
Alright, so Seebo goes back around the corner in a hushed tone. Alright, we have 3 guards at the end of the hallway. It's about 150, 200 feet. Who here has a bow again?
I do.
Anybody else?
But the range is only about 150 feet.
You have a long
Accurately.
Accurately.
You can make a noise to draw them closer, right? So he could lure them closer.
He just sends a whisper to him.
Poppy!
Play with us.
Or you could... Or you could get... You can always yell help.
Jeff!
Okay, we're ready to go.
Are we?
Alright,
So what are we doing?
I don't know.
What's
It's your spell.
Should I try and draw them closer and then?
I could make another human out of light and have it run around the corner towards us, kind of to draw them in the direction of, hey,
How far
who
does
is
that
that?
spell
Is there a range for that spell?
Dancing lights?
Yeah.
Range 120 feet.
Like
So-
make it beckon them or something?
Doing that, or like combine that with Seebo's minor illusion of a sound, like a voice or something.
Ooh.
Yeah, make it be
voice
like...
to the thing.
I whispered to
Yeah.
Seebo, I can contrive a sprite if you can contrive the voice.
Yeah, alright.
You have a range on how far you can throw your voice.
Yes. What was it on the casting distance?
It's 30 feet is how far he can make the voice
Right,
emanate
but I
from,
can-
and it's
But I
it's a
can,
sound,
I
so
can make
sound
the
travels.
voice
Louder.
louder to go further.
Okay.
And since the lights can move up to 60 feet, I'm going to cast the version of the sprite 60 feet away so it can run towards our party and around the corner.
Alright, let's do
Okay,
it.
alright. I like it. So, as you sit here right around the corner from these guards, Mikhail casts this illusion about 45 feet away, and as it stands there, after a few moments, one of the guards goes, "Hey, Jeff, what is that down there?" The other guard goes, "I don't know. It looks like a person, but it's all light." And the third guard goes, "Have you guys been drinking too much moonshine again?" No, just look at it." And the other guy looks, and he as well sees it, and, well, I guess we, and he yells out, Who is that down there?"
What is this place?
"Well, this is the trust, and he, like, shakes his head. "You're not supposed to be in here.
I feel as though I've lost my way.
Come on, guys." And they start advancing down the hallway. "I gotta ask you again. Who are you?"
My name is Atriel. I am a spirit from beyond.
A spirit?"
I lean over towards Seebo. Whisper, catch me if you can.
I fear I'm lost. Please, catch me if you can.
And with that, the spirit withdraws itself back around the corner, and the guys are, I don't know about any ghosts. "Oh, come on, we've got to check it out. We can't have anybody running around in here." And so with that, they begin to advance with their spears drawn up towards you guys.
Joan readies his daggers.
Rhomash is ready to throw a flame at him.
Yeah, Mikhail, after finishing the spell, draws sword and shield.
Alright, so they are
So Seebo's gonna take his bow.
20 feet, 10, 5, and then you see 3 spear points start to appear around the corner, and...
Rhomash goes to throw his flame at them.
Alright, so just as they start to appear, Rhomash is going to try to blast them all with a fireball here. Are you attacking anyone in particular? Or?
Just the first one I can see, I guess.
Okay.
11.
Alright, so this firebolt whizzes past the head of this guard, and he actually just goes, "Ah!" and sort of stumbles backwards. And so the other two are now actually on their guard here. So we're going to need to do some formal initiative rolling.
4.
Okay.
4.
11.
18.
21.
Ooh.
Side note, Hunter's Mark is still active.
You just have to remark your target.
Yes.
How long is Hunter's Mark active for?
24 hours.
He just...
So, like, duration is up to an hour.
But the whole time he's got constipation face.
Hey, wait. First, Rhomash is going to have a chance to redeem himself here.
Alright, let's do it the easy way. I'm going to use my breath weapon on them. I'm going to aim at the middle guy. Are they standing shoulder to shoulder each?
Probably not the dude that fell back.
Well, yeah, the first guard that you had to shoot at fell back a little bit. I think the other two are pretty close together, though.
I'm going to line myself up in a way so that I can aim at the 3 of them as best I can to get them within a 5-foot radius.
Well, you're only going to be able to see the 2. The other one's around the corner.
I'm moving around the corner.
So you're going to move so you're right in front of all of them?
Sure.
Okay.
And then I'm going to breathe my breath weapon centered at the center of them all, and it's got a 5-foot radius and 30 feet long line.
Okay.
They're making a dexterity saving throw. For the DC is 8 plus my constitution modifier plus my proficiency bonus, so it's 13.
12. 11 and 5.
So they all whiffed it.
So they're all gonna get hit.
They take 2d6 fire damage for 6 damage.
Okay. So yeah, I think Rhomash steps out into the hallway here and just unleashes a torrent of fire that blasts into all 3 of these guards. Next up is going to be one of the guards. He is going to step forward and try to hit Rhomash two-handed with his spear. That's an 11.
Nope.
Alright, so yeah, he is unable to hit you. Next up is Seebo.
Alright, so Seebo's gonna attempt to round the corner and slide underneath one of these dudes while attacking with his daggers.
Okay.
His 2 daggers. So, nat 20 for the first dagger.
Okay.
Double damage.
Double damage.
You roll twice and then you add your modifiers.
Okay. 12.
That one will not hit.
Okay. So, 13.
I need you to do an acrobatics check for me.
50.
Which guard were you attacking specifically?
The center one.
So, not the one that attacked Rhomash.
Actually, why not? Let's just attack the one that attacked him.
Okay, so you come running in and kind of take sort of like a diving slide, and as you do, you sort of slide onto your back, stick your daggers up in the air, and catch this guy in the stomach, and then kind of pull your daggers down as you go, slicing right through him, and he drops to the floor.
And what if you rolled really bad on your athletics check? Been like that scene in Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Slides and sticks to the floor and has
to squeak his way over.
Hey, I still got the damage.
Alright, so next up is one of the other guards, and seeing what Seebo just did, he's going to try and stab down into Seebo on the ground here. It's an 8.
No, sir.
Not going to hit. He's not able to connect here. Joan, you're up.
Alright.
Strong agile.
Joan is gonna round the corner and charge at one of the dudes and stab him with his daggers.
Okay.
I'm going after the dude that was surprised and backed up.
Okay.
14 versus AC.
That will not hit him.
And 17 versus AC.
Will hit.
Okay.
So did you throw your daggers, or are you
No,
running at him?
I ran at him.
Okay.
2 damage.
Yeah, you run up on this guy, and what you're trying to do is slip this dagger sort of in between his armor and get a good stab. And he is just quick enough that he avoids getting stabbed. He does, however, take a nice gash along his side, and he's not looking super good. Next up is Brutus, who's decided that he's feeling well enough that he's actually going to try and contribute a little bit here to the overall welfare here. So he is going to heft his warhammer and try to bring it down on guard number 2, who was the one that was just attacking Seebo. So yeah, he attacks with a 21, which is going to hit. So he hits this guy for 3 damage. He swings his hammer about shoulder height for him, which hits this guy right in the chest and kind of caves his armor in a little bit, and he stumbles back, but he, even though he's looking very beat up, he is still on his feet. Mikhail, you are up.
My hunter's mark has been marked on the guard closest. So not the one that was in the middle, but the one that died was on the left, right? Or was that on the right?
How about the one that's currently closest to...
Currently the closest one to you would be the guy that Brutus just hit.
Okay. So that's the guy that I've marked.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a stab at him with the rapier. 16.
A 16 will hit.
15 AC.
For 11 points of damage.
You step forward and do a perfect sort of swordsman lunge and catch this guy right in the gap of his armor underneath his arm and send your sword directly into his heart, and he drops. So now only one guard is left, and he is going to try to make a spear attack towards Mikhail, who just took out his buddy here. And he's gonna have a 6, which I'm sure will not do it.
Womp womp.
Rhomash, you were up.
Alright, I'm gonna throw a flame at him. It's 12.
12 is not gonna hit him. Seebo, you were up next. You are currently laying on the ground.
Could I just throw my daggers from the seated position?
Yeah, go ahead and roll for that.
Critical failed the first one.
Okay.
And we're looking at a solid 11 for the second one, so...
Okay.
There go his daggers.
Ting ting! Seebo kind of sits up. He was laying flat on his back on his last attack. He sits up and throws these daggers, and just sort of the glint of the metal in the light catches this guard's attention, and he turns just in time to block these oncoming daggers with his spear, and then he's actually going to try to take a strike at Seebo, who's now laying on the ground here. With a 14.
Not gonna do it.
He takes an initial stab at Seebo and just kind of just misses to the side of him. I think it's actually one of those sort of comical things where the spear comes down right between his legs and they both kind of lock eyes like, whoa! And then Joan is up next and he's going to see if he can bail Seebo out here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go at him with my daggers.
Alright, go ahead.
Probably not gonna hit. That's a 14 again.
Nope, not going to hit.
Yeah. Ooh, wow. And then a 17 again.
Okay, 17 will
Zac
hit.
Efron, 17 again. For 3 damage this time.
Seeing Seebo in trouble, Joan takes one step and then kind of takes a flying lunge and tackles this guard. And as he does, he grabs onto him and stabs him in the side of the neck. And he is down as well.
How much XP did we get for these 5 guards that we killed inside of this building so far?
Say 30 damage apiece. Damn.
Experience.
Yeah, not...
We'd be dead. The DM just kills us in one.
30 experience apiece.
You killed my guards. Flick.
Are we just gonna move on down this corridor?
May as well, there's no reason to stay.
Alright, we get to the end of the corridor. What do we see, Mr. DM?
As we peek around the corner.
You peek this initial corner here, you don't really see anything. It's just an empty hallway leading up.
So as we creep further down, we come to another corner, correct?
Yep.
And when we peek this corner...
As you peek, you can't initially see anything around that corner.
Alright, so we'll step around, and we come around to see...
So as you round the corner, you see a human man who is standing at just about 7 feet tall, dressed from head to toe in this sort of plated, kind of scale-like armor. Almost think like a metal version of like a samurai's armor. It's just this metal armor that is covering his body. He has his long black hair pulled back into no, he has it pulled back into a ponytail.
My man.
And so, as you look here, in one hand he holds a giant warhammer, and on his other arm he has a large, sort of a metal-looking box sitting on his arm. And as he sees you approach, the arm that has the metal box on it, he holds with the hand out flat, and his hand holding the hammer, he slams into that hand. And from this arm that has the metal box, a shield springs out, about 6 feet tall, and he readies himself in front of you.
You realize you're going to be a very collectible action figure in the future.
As he readies himself, he yells out, "You are trespassing! Turn back!" You're gonna want to roll some initiative here.
Roll them bones.
21.
I got 4.
18.
Roll the 20.
So, Mikhail, you are up first.
I'm going to cast Thunderous Smite on my rapier, which says the first time you hit with a melee weapon attack during this spell's duration, your weapon rings with thunder that is audible within 300 feet of you. The attack deals 2 extra 2d6 thunder damage to the target. Additionally, if the target is a creature, it must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 10 feet away from you and knocked prone.
Just in time.
I know, right?
Do not edit that out.
Assuming you can pick it
I
up
don't
at
think
all.
that's going to pick up on
Right.
All right.
So he is also, this guy is marked with a hunter's mark. 20 against AC.
That is not going to hit.
Holy shit!
Mikhail dashes forward with his sword and tries to make an attack against this paladin who, when he sees him coming, he uses his shield to push his sword off to the side. So next up is the paladin, and he is going to try to swing his hammer at Mikhail here. 18.
AC is 18, so I do believe that hits.
6 points of damage. So he swings his hammer around at Mikhail, who's just attacked him, and catches him right in the side with this hammer, bashes him for 6 points of damage. Seebo, you are up next.
So, just to clarify, you said that when he brought his shield out, it was like a mechanical action that brought his shield out, correct?
Yes.
So could Seebo, if he had the chance, would there be a way to retract the shield mechanically?
I mean, I suppose technically you would have to be between his shield and him to even get at that, but...
On his arm. It's on his arm, right?
Right, but any sort of mechanism would be on the user side of the shield.
Because it needs to be able to take a hit.
So, what Seebo is going to attempt to do is cast Minor Illusion to create just a big, huge, bright sphere of light directly in front of this dude's eyes to blind and offset him. And then he's gonna he can use Fast Hands to do a bonus action to try and...
So you're trying to make a burst of light, basically, with this illusion?
Something to disorient him so that Seebo can jump on his arm and use Fast Hands to have a bonus action to attempt to disarm this trap. Or not, it's not a trap, but this mechanism on his arm.
The shield.
Right.
Okay. Here's what we'll do. I'll say that this illusion works, but then I need you to do we'll say this is an acrobatics check.
19.
Yeah, you create this bright flash of light in front of his eyes that disorients him, and then you kind of roll underneath the shield and pop up, and you're now on his arm inside the shield.
So now, do you want me to roll a sleight of hand? It would be. Fast Hands is a sleight of hand.
Okay, yeah, roll a sleight of hands.
18.
As you sort of cling onto the inside of his arm, you kind of reach into the mechanisms and you're able to hit it to sort of pop the mechanism closed, and his shield closes up. Okay, roll a strength check for me.
15.
After you deactivate his shield, he is actually going to use his hammer that he has in his other hand to sort of swat you out from off of his arm, basically.
Yeah.
So you are pushed back a couple feet, but you do not take any damage from his swing. So next up is Joan.
Joan is gonna draw his revolver
Okay.
and use
Dun, dun, dun.
and use chromatic orb. That's gonna be a 10 versus AC.
Yeah, that will not hit. Rhomash, you are up.
Okay, Rhomash is going to cast Heat Metal on his armor that he is wearing. I choose manufactured metal object, such as weapon or suit of heavy or medium armor that I can see. I cause it to glow red hot. Any creature in physical contact with it takes 2d8 fire damage when I cast this spell. Until the spell ends, which will be another 10 turns for me, that's a minute, I can use a bonus action on each of my subsequent turns to cause this damage again. I'm not rolling against AC and he's not dodging it. It just happens. Now, if he's wearing it,
It's like Superman's heat
he
vision.
can't drop it, can he? It's not going to fall off him, is it?
Probably not.
Well then,
He could strip it off.
since he
but-
can't drop it, he has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks till the start of my next turn. So 8 damage. 8 fire damage. And I use my bonus action to transform into a rat, and I'm going to move as far away from him as I can to the back of the group. And in wild shape, I can still use things that require concentration, such as heat metal's bonus action ability.
Now that his shield has been disabled, he notices that off to his left side that was blocked by his shield for that brief moment, that Brutus has been trying to sneak around to get over to the safe. And so, with one just kind of enraged swing of his hammer, he spins it around and catches Brutus actually right underneath the chin and just sends him flying like a rag doll. And he hits the back wall of this chamber and just slumps to the ground.
He must have rolled a critical fail on his stealth.
At which point, he then readies his hammer again, now in both hands, and taking a step forward is going to take a swing at Mikhail.
Remember, he's got disadvantage.
So that's a 9. That's not going to hit. He takes a swing at Mikhail and is not able to connect on this second swing. So, Mikhail, is now your turn.
20.
Yeah, a 20 is going to hit him.
19 damage. With a
Oh yeah, that's right, that
Thunderous Smite.
Thunderous Smite.
Takes
Well
up
done.
his rapier like a baseball
Wait,
bat.
I thought Thunderous
No.
Smite was only for that one attack.
Until it lands.
The first time you hit with a melee weapon.
Okay.
So now it's done.
As a bonus action, I cast Thunderous Smite again upon my sword.
Is that a cantrip or is that a spell?
It's a spell, so I'm using a spell slot.
Oh, it's a bonus action, isn't it?
Yep.
So next up is the Paladin. He is going to sheath his hammer and draw off of his back a greatsword, and then take another swing at Mikhail here.
Target much?
Well, you're the only one in front of him. I can't help it that they're all back there.
I wasn't actually being upset.
That's a 12.
That is not going to hit.
Alright, so next up is Seebo.
How big is this room we're currently in?
I don't know, we'll say about 30 feet across.
And where's the vault in relation?
I mean, it's taking up sort of the majority of the end of the room there.
Is there, like, room for Seebo to somehow sneak towards the safe and be behind this dude? Like, how much space is there?
I mean, you could try to sneak around him. There's not a ton of space.
Okay. So Seebo's, just gonna... He got thrown, right? Or thrown off.
He pushed him a couple feet
So Seebo's
back.
gonna pull out his bow, actually.
Okay.
And is going to attempt to take a shot at this paladin and taking his bonus action as well, because he's preoccupied, correct?
Yep.
And range weapon. 22.
Yeah, that'll hit.
8 damage.
You catch him with an arrow there. Next up is Joan.
First, he's going to take 2 of his sorcery points to regain a 2nd level spell slot.
Nice.
Yep, that's a
Very
bonus.
nice.
That's a bonus action, by the way.
Okay.
And he's going to try and use Chromatic Orb again. 25 versus AC.
Yeah, that'll hit him.
Alright, so...
Well done.
He landed something.
Yup. And because he's using his 2nd level spell slot, he is going to get 1d8 for each spell slot, but first I get an additional 1d8 of damage.
Good. God!
And that makes it 4d8 damage of the type of my choosing between acid, cold, fire, lightning, poison, or thunder. I'm gonna go with... let's do fire. Make him feel good about himself.
Okay.
I mean, he's already burning, so let's burn him some more. Roast his ass.
So, 2... 18 points of damage.
Of fire damage.
Of fire damage.
Okay, yeah, you,
We all actually showed up to this fight.
We were smart this time around.
No, we're like, let's pull everything out of the bag.
Hey, fucker, so I'm saying. I'm like, I'm good.
you hit this guy and he reels back from the force of all of this, these orbs coming at him. I think he actually, goes back enough that his back actually kind of pushes up against the edge of the safe. And, Rhomash is up next.
Alright. I'm gonna run over to Brutus, where Brutus is.
Okay.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to do the damage for heat metal again. I'm gonna reheat his armor. For 9 damage. I'll use my action to return to my... Because that was a bonus action. I'll use my action to transform back into Rhomash.
So you hit him with this spell here, and he falls over, and he is dead.
Wow.
Alrighty.
Experience from that.
275 each for experience.
So, we killed this guy. So, my guy out. Do you think you could, throw the big dead man off the safe for me so I can get to work?
What is that cube, Seebo?
Cube?
The one that he produced a shield out of.
Oh, it looks like some kind of just mechanism here that sends these plates shooting out. Spring action of some sort.
That seems interesting. We'll give it here, and yes, I will move him.
So, with the big man moved away from the safe, Seebo is gonna get to work on the safe.
Rhomash is gonna see if Brutus is okay.
Brutus is dead.
Dead? Okay.
Yeah,
Rhomash is gonna search Brutus.
he took a warhammer underneath the chin. He is dead.
Okay.
That's our compadre.
May he rest in peace.
He has 20 gold pieces.
I'll take the 20 gold pieces.
Does he have any arrows?
No, he had a hammer.
Oh.
Is there anything that you'd like me to do? In
Joan
this
takes his
safe
head
cracking?
off and bows his head in honor and respect of his fallen companion.
Don't worry, buddy. I'll make sure that this gold is well spent.
Mikhail just looks at him and goes, "Only the weak will fall."
Wow, I thought I was a douchebag.
Oh, we're taking his body with us, right?
You want to carry that thing out?
Yo, he's
With
a
the guards on?
dwarf. He's a short man. Y'all are both like 6 feet tall. You think that this little dude
Do you have
is gonna
like a
be
bag
that
of
hard?
holding to throw him in?
Big as or
I'm
bigger
5'11".
Hey, okay. Your point is, we're not just gonna leave this dude in a safe, so when they find the money missing, they're gonna be like, well, who did it? And then they're gonna be like, well, this guy's dead and he wasn't here before.
We'll make Brian carry him.
Okay, yeah.
Yes, we're gonna transfer all the robbery onto the dead man.
So, how about a sleight of hand check for
unlocking the
Is that a
safe.
critical fail?
It's 11.
that's not great for your safe cracking.
Joan's gonna take a crack at it.
You're shitting me.
You don't even have thieves' tools,
How?
bro.
I don't know.
Borrow his thieves' tools. And
I ain't giving you my thieves' tools. You better back the fuck
I mean,
off.
who knows? He might like listen.
Another check?
I mean, I can. Do we? Are we
What
on a
kind of check was he
time limit
doing?
here?
Sleight of hand.
Dog, that would put me at 16.
Joan shoots a fireball at the safe to try and open it, and it is ineffective.
Eh.
Hey,
That's-
dumbass!
that's
Leave
the
my
try.
safe alone.
Seebo, do you mind if I attempt?
Yes.
Why?
Seebo
Because his
pushes
feelings
forward
are hurt.
to re-attempt cracking the
Rhomash
safe.
is gonna run back to the barracks door.
Why?
Remember that shockwave he made that made like
Oh.
300 feet worth of thunder noise? I'm checking on the sleeping dudes who are still in the
ones that
building.
we locked in a door.
Who knows if they have a key in there to their own door? Rhomash is gonna go back to the door.
The 3 guards that you locked into the barracks, actually, having heard the noise from your battle, were able to somehow open up the door and have now just rounded the corner.
So where are they standing?
So as Seebo continues to work on the safe, you now have 3 guards to deal with. If you want to roll some initiative here.
I rolled a 20 plus 2, so that's 22.
7.
17.
First up is going to be Rhomash.
I'm gonna cast Charm Person on one of them.
Okay.
But because we are currently in combat with them, they have advantage on their Wisdom saving throw against my spell saving DC, which is 13.
Okay.
Figures.
Yeah, we'll let 13 beat it.
Yeah, 13.
So-
Okay, so there's my spell.
Yeah, you try to cast this charm person on the first guard, and he seems pretty unfazed by this spell attack, and he actually yells out to his friends, "They're stealing all the gold! Stop them!" And they all continue to rush you. Mikhail, you're up next.
My hunter's mark transfers to the guy who just shouted.
Okay.
16.
Okay. Yeah, that'll hit him.
11 damage.
So, yeah, you were using your rapier, right?
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, Mikhail kind of dances forward and catches this first guard in the neck, and he drops. So next up is one of the guards. I think he's actually going to rush forward. He's going to try and make an attack on Joan here. 14 versus AC.
Yep.
And that's going to be 6 points of damage. So he rushes towards you and jabs his spear forward and catches you right in the side. So, Joan, you actually are up next.
Those two other guys had shitty rolls. Alright, Joan is going to retaliate against this fucker, draws out his 2 daggers, and attempts to plunge them both into the dude.
Okay.
23 versus AC.
That'll hit him.
And the second one is 18 versus AC.
That'll hit him too.
Okay, well, here we go. That's 4 and 2, so a total of 6.
So yeah, Joan lunges forward and stabs this guy and connects with both the daggers, and he is looking pretty beat up. Next up is the last guard. He is, I think as he rushes in, he's going to try and take a stab at Mikhail here. 9 versus AC.
Wow.
So that's not going to hit him. Rhomash, you're up.
I'm gonna throw a flame at the already damaged dude.
Okay.
16.
That'll hit him.
Okay. 7 damage.
Okay, yeah, and that flame is enough to take him down. Mikhail, you're up.
I'm going to make a stab at the remaining guard.
Okay.
21.
That'll hit him.
For 15 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, and you also take him down, and he's dead. Seebo, you want to do another sleight of hand check for me on this safe?
21.
Seebo has been working on this while you guys were fighting, and as this battle wraps up, he spins the handle on the outside, and the safe pops open.
Is there sound as the door opens up?
No, the vault's empty.
Right. You know,
there is not a better sound in the world.
What did we get for XP from those little schmucks?
You're just hangry for that XP, boy.
I'm making sure to keep track of everyone.
Yeah, it's just like a
XP for.
fucking XP whore.
Well, I mean, like, if
Gets it any way you can.
just lose it.
I'll say if we don't get it and all of us
18.
forget about it, I'll have a reason to be mildly upset.
But yeah, Ash is like out on the street corner, like, just a little more XP. Please, I promise, I just need a little bit more.
I do not trust anyone here to remember
Gets it any way he can.
later on for XP, so.
I guess so. Alright, so, yeah, he pops it open, and sure enough, this big old safe is full of these canvas sacks that, as you open them up, are all full of gold coins.
Conveniently
boys.
in sacks.
Boys,
How many sacks are there and how many can we carry?
we all have bags too.
Well,
They're not bottomless.
Can I do a perception check to see if there's more than just the sacks of stuff in them?
okay.
That's 11.
It's pretty apparent, like, most of these are sacks of gold. There's a couple of other valuable items in here. As Roland kind of mentioned, the more affluent inhabitants of the city did in fact bring some of their valuables up to the trust when they heard that there was a violent murderer on the loose. So, yeah, there's quite a bit of loot in here. To answer the question of how much, more than you can carry in one trip.
How the hell are we getting this out of here?
Is there any sort of, like, cart?
I say we just pick up what we can and go quick.
Joan, can you do an insight check for me?
12.
Yeah, so Joan is starting to think about the logistics of this and is starting to get a little worried that they're not going to be able to get all this out in one trip.
I mean, maybe we should just take what we can and go.
I agree. Whatever we can carry.
Nah, I am not leaving this much gold behind.
And how do you propose we carry it, genius?
Seebo, can you also do a check for me?
Insight as well?
Yeah, inside.
12.
Seebo kind of starts wondering aloud, I guess, about kind of how they're going to move this. He's trying to come up with some creative ideas.
Yeah, alright boys, could we, we got a teleporter. We got Roland, right? Roland can make a teleporter for us.
Outside of the cape, yes.
Is there any way that we could mark our location to make it available to Roland?
Wizard boy.
Which one?
Yeah, either one of you two. Thinky boys, come on. Magic.
Do you want me to shoot fireballs at them? Do you want me to
Rhomash,
Yeah.
can you do an insight check for me?
shoot acid at them?
That's an 11.
He's like,
We're shit for...
he's like, fuck, this narrative's not going anywhere because you're
Everybody
shit rolls.
suddenly got idea block.
Oh my god.
We're gonna be
round robining and
Just let us re-roll, man.
I had this whole cool battle planned out with the paladin that you just fucking destroyed, and now with this simple narrative roll check, you can't do fucking shit.
I'm blaming on the water glass. It hit
You all
water
are
glass
the
and came
dumbest motherfuckers in this entire land. No wonder you made it this far into the vault. Alright, so, Joan, only has, like, really bad ideas for this plan right now.
As usual. I mean, cut a hole in the ceiling, maybe we can lift it all out. I don't know.
Mikhail, please.
I'm sorry, it's something critical.
Are you trying to doom us all?
He's going to do this.
20.
Alright, so Mikhail remembers that as they were on their way in, near the wall of the keep, kind of by the main door, there was about a medium-sized cart that was sort of inside of a shed area.
Perhaps if we take that cart, we could cart all of the gold out of here.
Sounds like a plan.
Now, how the hell are we getting that cart from there to here, though?
Yeah, it does seem like,
Mikhail pulls out his whip. Yeah, horsey. Yeah.
Oh, you want to get technical now with the cowboy.
Indeed.
Rhomash starts walking back.
Unless you have a
Oi!
better idea.
And then Joan leaves
Hey!
to go get the cart.
Rhomash is at least walking back towards the entrance.
Are all of you heading back that way? Just
I think it's good to
Just
have the
Rhomash
two,
and Joan.
too.
So Rhomash and Joan are they walk back.
I suggest to Seebo to collaborate kind of the gold, bring it into kind of one pile so that we can make it easier to load.
So they're pulling the gold out of the vault and kind of stacking it on the ground. As Joan and Rhomash get outside, they sort of look around, make sure there's no guards, run over to this little shed area, and what you find is it's actually slightly larger than Mikhail remembered. Pretty much a medium-sized wagon.
Fancy that.
And there are also 2 horses in here that are presumably used to pull this wagon.
Yeah.
Rhomash.
Yeah, indeed.
So, however, you can see that clearly this wagon will not fit inside of the building.
Oh, shit.
Brian, I got a job for you.
It has not... Wait, Charmed Person is still lasting, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, so far. It lasts for an
So,
hour.
there are 6 people that we can use to move
Oh,
on.
we still gotta have them as
Yeah, they need to
guard.
make sure
the
the guards...
stooges for the patrolling guard.
Here's an idea.
Well, I mean, the guards are on a 5-minute rotation, so if you wanted to try and risk having them run gold for a little bit, you could.
Joe, let's bring the horses in and have them lug the gold out. Or at least help us lug the gold out. Just tie some sacks to them and let them...
That doesn't sound like a terribly bad idea.
Alright.
Can the horse can fit in there, yeah?
Yeah,
Alright, cool.
let's do,
Oh fuck, we get to do animal handling!
God, I'm good at animal handling.
let's do animal handling for Rhomash and Joan.
I'm scared.
Fuck yeah,
I'm scared.
here we go.
God, I can speak with animals.
Oh my god, I critically failed.
Damn.
23!
Okay. Rhomash, you were trying to,
Why did I not keep animal friendship as a spell? I should have kept animal
friendship.
So you're trying to move this horse, and as you're trying to move him, he actually rears up and kicks you in the chest, and you take 4 points of damage.
Joan, why don't you handle the horses?
So Joan takes the reins of both horses.
I'm gonna cast freaking Cure Wounds on myself, because I'm not liking where I'm at the moment.
Life of seclusion ain't helping you much here, is it, Dragon Boy?
Shut up, Joan. Okay, I get 9 points of damage, or 9 HP back.
Okay, so he gets 9 HP. Alright, so Joan leads these 2 horses in. I think you probably have to take them through the door one at a time, because this area inside is not big enough to fit 2 horses in. Can you do a stealth check for me?
Please don't fuck up.
21.
So, Joan is actually just starting to lead the second horse in through the doors as the guards patrol starts to round the corner. And as he's sort of hurrying this horse through the doorway, he turns to the 2 guys that are standing there outside and says,
Don't let them know what we're doing.
"Oh yeah, okay. Mum's the word, man."
Don't do drugs.
Anyway,
Hands, hold hands.
Don't do
Brian, I don't want to hear you're not going to college now.
so I think using the horses kind of inside of this area, leading them back and forth down the hallways probably takes 8 trips total, and you move all this gold sort of to the end of the hallway.
Alright, Joan opens the first door, goes up to the second door.
And yeah, I think Brian comes over and unlocks it. "Hey, you guys ready to go?"
Oi, how long do we have?
I think they just left a little bit ago. I think probably about 3 minutes or so.
You guys want to wait for the next trip?
Probably a good idea.
Best to move as quickly as possible.
Brian, how do we lower that drawbridge?
Yeah, that room that's across from where the stable is, there's some controls in there to get the door open.
You 2 stay here. I'm gonna work on the door.
I will come with you.
Alright.
An extra hand might be useful.
Alright, let's go.
Wait a minute, 1 second. Do we have all the gold in the inner room?
Okay, yeah, so you got the gold in between the 2 doors.
So do we want to wait to lower the bridge and everything till after we get the horses hooked up after the next pass?
I say we...
'Cause we need to...
I mean, if... Yeah,
or
we
at least
can...
bring the gold into the stable.
I say we wait until the guards come back around.
But
to
the
give us
wagon-
literally as much time as possible.
The wagon's still in the stable, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, then why don't, while they're doing that, we go and hitch them up to the wagon.
So we still have only 3 minutes, yeah?
Yeah.
So hitch up the horses, bring them over to the front door right after that patrol passes, load up the gold as quickly as you can in 5 minutes, and then as you make a break for the door is when Mikhail and Rhomash kind of grab onto the sides of the cart as it's passing by, and then...
We just fucking truck it.
Yeah, and I'm going to try to
Hold
make
on.
a shot at the rope holding up the portcullis to try to drop it behind us.
Let's do it.
Mikhail and Rhomash stay in the middle area with the gold, and Joan and Seebo take the horses over to the stable and get them all hitched up and ready to go, and then they kind of hold still and hush the horses as the guard patrol walks past the gate. And as soon as they've passed, they quietly call the horses to move forward, and they swing this wagon up directly in front of the door.
Alright, guys, let's go.
And so you start loading the gold. So I think it takes about 3.5 minutes
Rhomash and Mikhail
to get all of the gold onto this wagon. And now you have it all loaded. So now Rhomash and Mikhail are going over to the room with the controls. Correct?
I'm going to bring Brian with us to help point where everything is so we don't get
Okay.
confused.
So you guys run into this control room, and what you see is there is a big sort of wheel kind of mounted with a post coming out of the ground that you can spin that Brian tells you goes to the portcullis. And then there's some kind of like a pulley rope system that is to drop the drawbridge.
I'll go for the portcullis.
So you're gonna need it's big enough that you're actually gonna need 2 of the guys to turn it. So
right,
you and me.
I call over to Jeff. Get in here. You're going to help us lower the drawbridge while we raise the portcullis. 2 things at once. So we'll go, portcullis?
Yeah.
Okay, and then they can lower the drawbridge while we're doing that.
So as you get to work on this, suddenly, on the ground, directly in front of the horses, a shape comes flying through the air and smacks into the ground right in front of them. And as Seebo sort of holds up one of the torches that's on the edge of the wagon to look, he realizes that this object that has landed right in front of them is the head of Roland the Wizard.
Fuck.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
And just as this head lands, you look up and at the top of the wall is a tall, lanky figure dressed all in black with a bandana obscuring the bottom half of his face. And this bandana is emblazoned with a colorful, artistic rendition of a snake's mouth poised to strike.
Get in the cart, get in the cart, get in the cart, get in the cart.
So,
You hear a voice say, "What are we up to now, Joan?"
yeah, Seebo was gonna shoot at this dude.
As Seebo launches an arrow at this figure, it launches itself into the air and, while upside down, draws 2 revolvers and fires off a volley of rounds at the wagon.
Son of a bitch.
I need you guys to make a dex throw.
Like a dexterity.
Yeah.
19.
18.
Alright, so you guys both dive off of the seat of the wagon as these rounds ricochet in, and this figure effortlessly lands now on the roof of the building, having just done a flipping jump over this 25-foot gap.
What is this guy?
Jack!
Is he a fucking vampire or what?
And so he is going to quickly drop his expended shells and start to reload his rounds here.
While he's doing that, I am going to cast Chromatic Orb.
Go ahead.
How's our progress on the portcullis and the drawbridge going?
Portcullis is up about 50%. The
Is
draw...
that higher than the wagon?
You need a little bit more for the wagon. The drawbridge has not moved. The 2 guards are very afraid of what's going on outside.
8.
So you shoot this chromatic orb at him, and you hear, "Joan, I expected better." And with that, another volley of shots comes raining down at you, and I need another dex save.
22.
27.
You guys actually, this time, you dive underneath the wagon, and the rounds rain down all around you. You guys are now hiding underneath the wagon, as he again starts to reload.
I'm gonna shoot Chromatic Orb at him again.
Rhomash puts more
Actually,
effort.
before you can shoot, you hear, "Look at you, a man of the law, robbing a bank. My, how the mighty have fallen." And with that, you hear a thud, and with seemingly no effort, Jack has now landed on the ground, and he is facing you with his revolvers drawn. So now the portcullis is up about 70%,
Mikhail.
which should be enough to get you guys out of there.
Can
I'm going
I...
to jam one of my short swords into the wheel
Okay,
to kind of hold it in place.
okay. Do a strength check for me real quick.
It's a 21.
Yeah, that works. It is a little shaky, but it's holding.
Mikhail, go help them outside. I'm going to help them.
I'm going to
pull
dash
the
towards the cart and try to jump onto it.
Okay.
I'm going to go help with the drawbridge.
I would like to try and throw my daggers at his hands to get him to drop the guns.
You're underneath.
Reflexively.
Okay, yeah, I mean, you can try and throw them.
You want to try.
You can try, sure.
Bro, you're underneath a wagon. Why are you trying to throw stuff at his hands?
The first one is going to be at 24, and the second one is going to be 16.
Okay. As you throw these daggers with lightning fast speed, Jack holsters his revolvers and then catches both daggers mid-throw and is now holding them, and he examines them and says, "Pretty pieces. I'll add them to my collection."
I'll add you to my collection. I'm going to shoot Chromatic Orb at him again.
comeback,
Is that,
Okay.
What the hell? Is that a cantrip?
No, he didn't let me shoot it last time, and I got 2 more spell slots. Granted, that's my last bullet right now.
Okay, so fires off another chromatic
This
orb.
is the last bullet I have.
Okay, go ahead.
Wild magic. Here we come.
12.
Yeah, you fire off chromatic orb, and Jack goes down to a crouch, and then is actually going to throw one of the daggers back at you. That is a 15 versus AC.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Alright. What is the...
Daggers are 1d4 plus... 1d4 piercing.
Okay. So that's 2 points of damage that Joan takes as this dagger embeds into his shoulder.
Alright.
So now you guys inside the control booth. Mikhail, you came running out, correct?
That's correct.
And then Rhomash, you're trying to get
I'm trying to get the drawbridge down as fast as I
Okay,
can.
so Mikhail, what are you trying to do here?
I'm trying to jump onto the commander's seat of the wagon.
Okay, so you've jumped up there. What are you doing once you jump up there?
I'm grabbing the reins and I shout to my companions, Joan! Seebo! Grab hold of whatever is underneath the wagon.
Okay.
Oh.
And with that, Rhomash, do a strength check for me.
Okay. Lord have mercy on me. 10.
Rhomash takes out his weapon and makes a strike against this rope that's holding the drawbridge, and he cuts about halfway through, and so the drawbridge shakes, but it is not quite open yet. Seebo, what are you going to do here?
So Seebo's just... So,
I mean, running is an option, too, or trying to evade.
yeah, I was saying, he's a pretty small dude, so he should be able to just climb up, like, the front of it, like, up, like, he slides himself down the wagon and then up, so then he's, like, in the wagon,
Okay.
and that counts as, like, his movement.
Go ahead and do an athletics check for me.
Okay, I just want to point out that I do also, with being my roguish ability, I have climbing. It takes no bonus action or anything for me. So I just want to point that out. Wow, cool. Yeah, so what is it exactly?
That's an athletics check.
Oh, cool. So we're looking at 7.
So, yeah, I think Seebo tries to roll out from underneath the wagon, and a couple of well-placed shots sort of ricochet around him, and he's forced to roll back into the position that he was before. So Rhomash, we're going to go back to you. Make another strength check for us.
7.
Rhomash takes another swing at this rope, and he still can't quite cut it.
Hey, what the fuck about Brian and Jeff? What are they doing?
Two other people in there.
Brian and Jeff are freaking out. And so, well, actually, what happens next is Jack dashes forward, and as he does so, he produces a short sword that has a curve at the end of it, sort of like a scimitar, and actually grabs Mikhail by the throat and points this sword at his neck and goes, "You're a warrior. Do you feel brave?" And I need you to do a strength check for me here.
I never feel a moment without bravery. That's 6.
Let's see. Okay. So, Mikhail tries to swing his fist at Jack, and Jack actually moves his blade and actually slices and cuts right underneath Mikhail's arm, like right into his armpit, and he takes 2 points of damage from that. Now he's still standing here holding him, and he goes, "Look at you. Clearly the champion of the group, and yet you can't even defeat a single foe." And Rhomash, we're going back to you. Strength check.
Oh, how about a 14?
Alright, with one final cleave, Rhomash is able to hit this rope and drops the drawbridge, which splits the attention of Jack for one moment. Let's do an athletics check for Mikhail.
15.
Okay, and then a strength check as well.
7.
With his left hand, Mikhail takes another swing at Jack and just narrowly misses his face, but with his right hand, he grabs onto the reins of the horses and pulls, and then with a mighty yell, ho! The horses take off. So I need everybody else in the party to do an athletics check for me.
I got a 16.
20.
9.
The wagon starts to roll forward. Seebo reaches up and grabs onto the bottom of something on the wagon, is able to pull himself up. Seebo, do a strength check for me.
5, I guess.
Seebo grabs onto the wagon, sees that Joan can't make the grab, tries to get a hold of him, and just can't quite get a handhold, and Joan is left laying onto the ground. Rhomash jumps onto the wagon, but then quickly realizes that they've left one of their party members behind.
Oh, Rhomash is going to jump back off.
And so he jumps off and readies himself. Mikhail pulls up on the reins, stopping the horses, and hops off of the wagon. Seebo lets go and rolls out from underneath, and so
readies his bow.
And so now the three are facing off. Jack has now dashed forward and has one arm around Joan's neck, and with the other hand he's steadying a revolver at the three of you. Listen, I said it before and I'll say it again. Joan's the one I want. I have no need for gold. Get out of here.
Leave. To lay down my life for my friends is the greatest honor.
I can respect that honor, but to hell with that logic.
Are you guys gonna do something here, or?
Yo, let us think, bro. You just give us either fucking let this
Rhomash?
guy die.
No,
I mark
Rhomash doesn't
Jack with Hunter's Mark, and final time I'm going to charge my rapier with Thunderous Smite.
Okay.
Rhomash, he doesn't say anything. He gets within 30 feet of him, and he's swinging Thorn Whip at him.
So let's do your attack first.
13.
13 is not gonna hit him.
How about 22?
So 22 is not gonna hit. However, your whip does catch Jack just on the edge of his arm, and it pulls his arm away from Joan's throat just a little bit. So, Joan, I need you to do a strength check.
7.
Joan swings his head back in an attempt to try and headbutt Jack, and Jack uses the butt of his revolver to hit Joan in the side of the head, and Joan is stunned. He's kind of just reeling from that.
Can Seebo just pull his viola out and start lightly playing some somber music?
You
Okay.
little... You're not going to do anything?
So Seebo pulls his viola out and starts playing some somber music, and Jack looks at him and kind of chuckles a little bit, and he goes, "Oh, a little bit of atmosphere for the night's proceedings, I see. I suppose I'd better put on a good show then." And with that, he's actually going to take Joan and sort of throw him behind him towards the wall of the prison. So you hit the wall. Can you do a Constitution saving throw for me?
18.
So Joan hits this wall, and Jack clearly intended for this hit to knock him out, but somehow, as you hit it, you're able to maintain your consciousness, and you sway on your feet unsteadily, and then you see that there's a small opening, if you're able to sneak past Jack, that you might be able to break towards freedom here.
So, after he throws Joan up against the wall, Seebo is going to drop his viola and instead grab his bow.
Okay.
And sling, he's gonna
Alright.
shoot, fire a shot. 24.
Yeah, this arrow comes streaking towards Jack, and at the last second, he kind of sidesteps, and this arrow flies directly past his face. However, his back is now to Joan. So, Joan, do a stealth check for me.
14.
And then, Mikhail, I need you to try and make another attack on Jack.
8.
Okay. So that's a 17 versus AC on Mikhail.
17 doesn't hit.
When you swing, Jack easily dodges it and then tries to swing this second dagger that he just sort of confiscated from Joan, and cannot quite connect with your ribcage. You kind of bring your arm down and block his attack. However, that is just enough of a distraction for Joan to dart past Jack and make a run towards the wagon.
So as Seebo sees Joan break from Jack, he is going to whistle, and though these are larger beasts, so he can't communicate, speak with them, but communicate with them, sends them off with a whistle,
The horses kind of start going. I need everyone except for Seebo do an athletics check for me here.
Oh my god.
8.
I got a 7. Great
12.
job, Seebo.
As you guys are running for the wagon, it appears to be going a little bit quicker than you can all quite do. So as you all are running, there's another volley of bullets fired by Jack at you, and you guys all take 2 points of damage. Just the 3 of you. Seebo's already on the cart. But however, you are able to jump onto the cart. And so as you ride away from this fortress, the last image you see is a tall black figure silhouetted against the gate. And as you turn the corner, you hear a shrill whistle, and you see this figure mount up onto a horse.